Alright, so what's going on, guys? So what I have for repair today is an insta360 camera. I did go ahead and I took the back off. What's going on with this is the actual lens over here has a scratch on it, and because of that scratch you can see the reflection whenever you're doing anything on the camera. So the customer called me up and asked me if I could fix it, so we're going to go ahead and fix it. So let me get you guys over my desk. Most of this repair will happen over the desk, so I can just guys here. And let's just get all these screws out. So you have some screws on the back. Once you got the back off, right? So the back is obviously where the opposite side of where the screen is. Once you get that back off, then the screws will be underneath that, and you just go ahead and take those screws out. So that's what I'm doing now, is removing those screws so I can get inside and fix it. And what I did notice was when I was taking the back off that this was lifting already. And the last time I damaged one of these really bad. I was not happy about it, but it is what it is. There we go. So I don't want to scratch up this camera, so I'm going to put it face down. And let's go back over here. So this is the new part right here. And disconnect that. And I think there's one more cable that goes with that. But for now, let's just take the camera screws out. There's 4 of them. Remove those. One. Now, after I remove these, this is where it really gets tricky. I shouldn't say tricky, but sticky, because what it takes to replace these lenses, it just get really like, and you'll see what I mean. So, okay, looking for the other screw. And this is what I mean by that. So, let's put this off to the side. So, this lens right here has to come off so you can replace this part right here. But the problem is, unless it's been replaced before, it's super hard to get it off. What I did before was I used my heat gun and I removed all the glue from around the edge first before I went ahead and attempt to repair it. So we're going to do that again. We're going to remove the glue as much as we can. Look like I already started burning that. So let's turn this down. I'm just watching these plastic to make sure that I'm not melting the plastic. And that's not really holding real well because of this right here. So what can we use to hold it so we can remove this? I don't remember what I even used the last time in order to hold it so I could remove that. Let's try this. Nope, because this spring, so maybe on the edge right here. Yeah, maybe we can do it right here. All right, let's try that. Let me turn on some more light. Actually, let's use these lights instead. I can better focus these lights. That way I can see better what is going on here. Yeah, so first thing I want to do is remove all of this glue. I think that will definitely make this a lot easier. So if you're doing it, just I would take the time to clean up this glue first. I mean, realistically, I could also use my soldering iron to help me remove this. I'm just trying to keep my finger away from the blade also. Like that. So I'm just gonna clean this up as much as I can. And I think that should do it. I think that should make it a little bit easier for me to repair. Or at least unscrew this top here. Okay, so then this side over here. Trying to make sure I don't damage that cable. so it's starting to melt that plastic, so I'm backing off. Maybe just even heating just from the other side of the glass. The heat would just rise up and just kind of help you with removing this glue, because like I said, the glue is, I believe, one of the major reason why you have to kind of be barbaric with this thing in order to get it done. Okay, so now that we have that part done, most of the glue has been removed. Let's see if we can find the tool that we need in order to... This doesn't work very well. Okay, that doesn't work very well. So I think I need to run and get my tool and then come back, which I thought I had so many of them that I had a few in here, but it looks like I took them all out of here. So let me run and get my tool and come right back. All right, if I remember right, I think also the last time I cut myself doing this. So, you know, be careful when you're doing this, okay? And what I'm gonna do is take this, if it'll work, and just kind of peel without breaking anything. All right, let's use this. What you want to do is take it and just slowly peel this off. Like I said, this thing looks very, you know, like the way I'm doing it looks very barbaric. Like, isn't there an easier way to do it? You can use a grinder and use that to kind of cut off most of it and then go from there. But for the most part, no. This is the way to do it. Okay, and I think that should do it. So then we get our new lens cover. Yeah, this time I didn't cut myself, so that's good. All right, and here's our new lens cover and everything, and the glass. They gave you a cloth in here also, so or no. Pop that on there just like that, and then you just screw this on. Like I said, this tool is perfect because it kind of gets here, and once you're ripped here, you can kind of see the threading, and you just kind of go at an angle, and then you cut that off, and then you should be good from there. So then we'll just put this, finish screwing this on. Right. Yep. And if you want to, you can add some glue like this around the edge of it, just like they did before. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to simply place it back in the housing. Make sure that it's all aligned. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put these screws back in. So these have to stay in here. Or should stay in here. I don't know why I brought them all out or took them all out. Okay. And we got that back on. Let's wipe off this little area right here on my desk where I just got all that glass. That's my main work area also, so don't want to get any glass in my hand. Not that would be the first time, but let's clean that up a little bit. And let's put the other side back on now. So I'm going to lay a cloth down, that way I don't scratch up this lens. And then we'll just take this and we'll connect this ribbon cable first. Let's see if I can get you guys up closer up. There you go. And let's clip this back in. And let's pop the battery in. And we're just going to do a real quick test on it. Because we have to make sure that they all work. I mean, it looks pretty good. It looks like there's like small pieces of glass on there still. But I don't think there's any way that I can get rid of all those little small pieces because they kind of like when you go to break that initial glass, it leaves like little pieces of glass and it's hard to remove every single little piece. I think even if I wipe the lens, I might end up scratching it, and that's what I don't want to do. So I'm kind of using this light to see. I definitely think it's better. We will see what the customer says. If the customer is happy, I'm happy. And I think that's where the problem starts is, if your customer is not happy, then you should go back and, try again, I guess. All right, so let's shut this thing down. I'm trying to think right now as I'm working, like how can I be less destructive so I can keep the glass from going on top of the camera lens. And I would assume the only other way would be to use the cutting wheel to kind of cut it off, or cut that bracket off first, and it would cause less glass to go on top of the camera lens. Because they're just really, really tiny pieces of glass, and it's hard to see them. Really, really hard to see them. Let me see if I have one extra screw in here for this. I don't think I can find any screws in here for it. Okay. Oh, this is not a screw for it either. Oh. All right, so I can't seem to find any screws for it. All right, so okay. And we'll just put this back cover back on. So what I do is the same glue that I use for the iPads and all the other devices is the same glue that I use for this. I just go ahead and I get the back cover. Also this, I put it right where this spongy black tape used to be. Exactly where I put my glue. Do it to both sides. Now wait for it to get tacky. It only takes a few seconds for it to get tacky. It doesn't really take that long. But if you wait till it's tacky, it holds perfect. Okay? So that's it for this repair, guys. Yeah, that's it for this repair, guys. So thank you guys for watching. If you have a Insta360 and the glass is scratched, so you're seeing like little, like reflections, or not reflection, but little smears or scratches or anything like that through it, you can go ahead and order yourself the glass on eBay. Once you order yourself the glass, the same way I installed it, you guys can go ahead and install it on um, your X360 by removing the back, following pretty much the same procedure that I went through in this video, and you will have a perfectly fine working X360. Do it with caution though, because like you've seen when I had to heat it up and kind of try not to melt the plastic. So the ideal temperature that I use is you can do 180 degrees Celsius, right? And you should be fine with 180 degrees Celsius. Maybe even 150. You can probably go all the way down to 120 because all you're doing is removing the glue. Do it and you should be good. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.